August 13th, 1942. In the middle of the Mediterranean, one tanker, ablaze from stem to stern, refuses to sink. If she goes down, Malta starves, and the entire North African war swings Germany's way. The tiny island of Malta sat dead center on Mussolini's Mare Nostrum, intercepting Axis convoys bound for Rommel's Afrika Korps. By mid-42, Malta was bombed 154 days in a row. Food down to weeks, aviation fuel to days. London orders the most heavily defended convoy in history, Operation Pedestal, codename Stonage, because the garrison would soon be living like cavemen if it failed. 14 freighters carrying 85,000 tons of fuel, food, ammo, escorted by 2 battleships, 3 aircraft carriers, 7 cruisers, 32 destroyers. The Royal Navy knows the odds. Italy's battle fleet, German E-boats, 300 aircraft, and a wolf pack of U-boats wait between Gibraltar and Valletta, the most dangerous 1,600 kilometers of water on Earth. 10th August dawn, Pedestal punches through the Strait of Gibraltar. By noon, Stuka dive bombers plummet like iron hail. HMS Indomitable takes bomb hits that cripple her flight deck. Eagle is spread open by 4 torpedoes. She rolls and sinks in 8 minutes. Yet the convoy keeps 12 knots. Malta can't eat excuses. Midnight, 12th August, off Cape Bon, German and Italian motor torpedo boats scream in. They strike Manchester. The cruiser limps, flooding, forced to beach on the Tunisian coast. Minutes later, U-73 puts 4 torpedoes into HMS Eagle, already gone. Pedestal is bleeding steel, but the prize cargo still floats. Centerpiece of the mission is the American-built tanker SS Ohio, 13,000 tons of aviation fuel that Malta's Spitfires desperately need. At Urs 710, a Luftwaffe bomber drops a 1,000-kilo bomb square on her deck. The blast lifts Ohio clear out of the water. Engines dead, hull sagging. She is struck again by torpedoes, then a crashing Ju-87 whose propeller keeps spinning, sawing the deck open. Captain Dudley Mason refuses to abandon ship. Malta gets this fuel, or we die trying. With engines silent, Ohio is roped between destroyers Bramham and Penn, acting as twin crutches. Every few minutes, an airstrike roars in. Sailors fire oerlikons while plugging holes with mattresses. 14 August, 0930. Valletta's harbor forts open with covering AA fire as the convoy crawls in. Crowds line the bastions, cheering through air raid sirens. Ohio's keel snaps the instant her fuel begins pumping ashore. But she's inside. Mission accomplished. Pedestal delivered barely half its ships, but over 30,000 tons of cargo, enough to keep Malta alive for 4 critical months. Fueled Spitfires tore into Axis convoys. Rommel's army starved for petrol at El Alamein. Churchill later wrote, "Pedestal was the most decisive naval convoy of the entire war. At least 40 Allied vessels and 500 souls were lost, proof that sometimes survival is victory." If you found this story of grit against impossible odds compelling, hit subscribe and ring the bell, because next week we're diving into the East African guerrilla war that never surrendered. Until then, keep history alive.